What's up, guys? You are now partying with Fight Party KO. Come on in, let's party.
If you love boxing, like we love boxing, you gotta come party with us at Fight Party KO, baby. Boy, look. Yeah, we had a night of fights last night. Yes, we did. So, we gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Right, I see you over there, Juice. Well, I'm your man, AWL Mighty. We got Juice God over here. Together, we are Fight Party KO. And tell them, Juice, we got a nice show lined up for you guys because we had some fights. Anytime some fights, we got a nice show coming.
Had some violence, and so we gonna break it down on Fight Party KO. Man, we had the dog catcher versus the exterminator, Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach.
Yeah,
we gonna break down what happened with that. Tank's contemporaries ended up fighting to a draw. We gonna go through the whole undercard. Man, little underwhelming, a little disappointed. A lot of mixed reviews about that fight. So we're gonna break it down. Had a big UFC event, UFC 323. We're gonna get into that. Had some knockouts, had some controversial stuff happen with the refs, you know, in some of these fights. So we're gonna break it all down, man. Like he was saying, that's our host, Almighty, fitness guru, boxing aficionado, you know, body sculpting specialist, celebrity trainer, the man, you know, Almighty Athletics, everybody.
Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? Clap for that shit.
Yeah.
I felt pretty good about that. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we got Juice God over here, engineer to the stars. Y'all might have seen him on some shows. You might have heard his mixes in a bunch of songs. You heard a lot of his mixes and masters in a bunch of songs.
Come on.
He's a technical genius. If it's talking about pushing buttons behind a computer screen, if it's talking about moving levels of knobs on a board, it's Juice God. It's Juice God the Great. And when you say Juice God, you got to follow it with some claps. Juice God. Juice God. Juice God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And most importantly, that was a great intro. I respect it. But most importantly, I love it when people get punched in the face. So
how about that? How about that?
So the main event, man, Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz ended up in a majority draw. Oh man, I kind of feel for both fighters. I think both of them wanted to elevate into that PPV stardom status, and they just kind of ended up where they started out at. Two of their best fights, most famous fights, came against Gervonta Tank Davis, who I'm repping on my shirt. Hold on, AI, hold on. You know, I know you want to track me, but I need you to track a different face real quick. I got, you know, the father, Gervonta Tank Davis.
That is definitely their father.
Their father, especially when it comes to selling pay-per-views at this point.
You're right. All they could do is talk about Tank.
Man, you noticed that?
Tank. I'm like, damn.
The whole promotion, like, right. Dang, you reflecting on their draws with Tank to promote them fighting each other. They about to fight each other tonight.
Right. Exactly.
Gervonta talking about working with his family and working on himself, going to therapy, and he's not fighting tonight, guys. Like, that's how you build new stars. You gotta stop talking about the old ones and let's learn about Roach. Let's learn about Pitbull, you know? But regardless,
it's like they were here trying to have this fight and one of them elevate to here. But that's not what happened. They were here, they fought, bounced off each other and went back to here. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? Had a dud fight. Y'all back in the same spot. It was like y'all just bumped heads and fell back to where y'all were. Like, what the hell? I mean, goodness gracious. It was a competitive fight. Yeah, it was competitive. I'll give them that. But
I want to touch on that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it was like we wanted somebody to elevate, you know, with the fight result. Hopefully there would be a winner. It was a close fight, competitive fight, but it almost turned out to be a waste of time because, hold on. Shout out 3Bay. What's up, 3Bay?
3Bay in the house.
You know we had to talk about it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. But yeah, I know Lamont, he was on that draw tour before this, you know, people were really hyping up how good he did against Gervonta Davis, even though it ended up in a draw. A lot of people feel like Lamont Roach won because it had the ref counted the knockdown where Tank took a knee. Lamont Roach would have edged him out if it was a draw otherwise. And so Lamont Roach went on a whole media tour. Everybody's asking him about the Tank fight over and over. They're not even asking him about Pitbull. And so the whole media cycle, he's like, yeah, I'm over that though. You know, I got a tough opponent ahead of me. And it kind of made him have to hype up what he was going to do too much, because he was talking about how he was going to knock out Pitbull potentially. And, oh, he going to feel the thunder, like, watch out. And it kind of baited Lamont into fighting a fight that wasn't focused so much on winning. And it was a little bit, at least a little sprinkle of entertainment and maybe trying to outdo what Tank did, trying to outdo what you did in your last fight, trying to prove that you are main event worthy, pay-per-view worthy. And he kind of fell for the bait, the Pitbull bait, because Pitbull, we know what he's going to do. He's one-dimensional, but he's very good at what he does, which is pressuring and overwhelming you in a fight. And I felt like Roach, especially at the beginning, he kind of fell for the trap and tried to like be interesting and entertaining, which is fun for me as a boxing fan. But I feel like he could have won more handedly if he just stuck to his guns and anticipated what Pitbull was going to do and didn't even play that game and just, hey, like we see Shakur do it, or even like Devin Haney, like, hey, I'm gonna just make it kind of boring and dominate on the cards, you know. And since he fell for the bait, ended up being a really close competitive fight, even though I think Roach had the skills to possibly win by a large margin, and ended up in the draw. I really hate it for him because now, ever since Lamont went up 2 divisions from 130, he hasn't actually won a fight at 135 or 140.
Right.
And he was definitely looking ahead to see, oh, maybe fight a Gary Antoine Russell, fight a Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Now, I don't really know where you go because he's kind of stuck in like, do I rematch Pitbull kind of mode? But I don't know. What are you thinking, Almighty?
I have a little bit of a different opinion about Roach fight game in this particular fight. I think he started off trying to box a little bit more, and Pitbull was just getting in there. He kept getting in and landing a few punches here. And then after Pitbull touched him up on the jaw and made Roach do a whole cartwheel round off back handspring. You know what I'm saying? Now, to Roach's credit, he did stick the landing.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? He did stick the landing, but the glove did touch, and so he had to count as a knockdown. And so it seems like after that, Roach was like, you know what? I'm bigger than you, buddy. I'm about to step to you, and we're going to go in the trenches, and we're going to see how that works. And it seemed like he started to get the timing down better of Pitbull being in close. So once he started, it was like, oh, okay, you saw it. All right, you're going to go ahead and thug it out. Got inside, started really paying attention to how Pitbull was throwing, started to get his timing, and then Lamont started landing some real big punches. And then that's what made Pitbull say, wait, hold on, I'm getting beat in my own game. Let me show him I can box. And then Pitbull just started, not boxing, he just started running around the ring. And then as soon as the month got close, he'll throw a big shot.
Yeah.
He'll throw a jab, run around the ring. And then as soon as Roach get close, I'm going to throw a big shot. I can't really say that's great boxing skills. It was more of a, let me try to set you up and catch you with a big shot. Almost as if he was a little hurt, overwhelmed, didn't really have any clues on the inside game fight. And was like, all right, well, let me just stay out here and try to bait him in. As soon as he get close, all right, I'm going to throw this jab, and I'm going to play with the crowd. You ain't think I could box? You're not boxing. All you're doing is running around the ring. You'll throw a jab every now and then. And as soon as Roach get close, and it didn't last that long. Roach started getting the hang of that too, and then just started peppering them with the jabs. And I think Roach broke his hand somewhere in the middle of the fight. And so that's when you started seeing a lot of check hooks. Right, and that's when you started seeing a lot of check hooks. And from that point on, Pitbull could not get his head out of the way at all.
My bad.
Oh, no, you're good. But from that point on, Pitbull couldn't get out of the way of that check left hook. I mean, it just kept coming. Wham! Bam! And then it's like, I had Roach winning comfortably, to be honest with you. And to see how many people were saying, oh, it was close, close, close like that. I mean, it was a competitive fight close. But as far as breaking down the round by round and who was being more successful per round, and especially when you had the point deduction from Pitbull to pretty much so X out the Roach getting dropped. I can't even say dropped. I'll say touching the ground. Then it was like, well, Roach is winning this fight. And then I'm looking at the punch stats numbers at the end. It's like, yeah, Roach landed more jabs, more power punches, and he landed everything at a higher punch rate. Yeah, I'm glad you put that on there. So with total punches,
real quick. Hold on, we are Fight Party KO is a premium YouTube channel, boxing YouTube channel. We're gonna bring you humor. We're gonna bring you facts, research, our own opinions. We do this at a high level, so I know we laugh and joke at like we're just some regular show. We are a premium boxing YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We're coming to you every Sunday, recapping the events of the week. You got to tune in. All right, go ahead. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Had to throw that in there. I love that. But as I look at the stats, this is actually what I was looking at during the fight. I'm like, wait a minute. Roach is landing way more than Pitbull, and it seems like Roach is landing at a higher clip. Pitbull was missing a lot of punches, to the point to where even the commentators were like, Pitbull just missing a bunch. He'll land one every now and then, but it's far and few in between. And so I know a lot of people were watching, and some of you guys may have been watching other people who were calling the fights and stuff like that. But they had to have that volume down so you didn't hear all the rest of the commentary. Understand?
Yeah, I had volume down.
I did too at first. And so when I was watching, I was like, hey, man, Roach is landing way more punches and not getting hurt at all anymore. Barely getting hit now. He'll get hit every now and then now, but Roach has control of the fight. Then it was like, now Pitbull is, I never saw Pitbull going to try to, you know, he's sticking his tongue out, he's ducking down and doing all this kind of stuff. Yeah, point on, Juice. You never seen Pitbull have to relate to any kind of, I don't know what to do type tactics. So I'm just going to squat down, take a dump, and stick my tongue out at you.
I ain't never seen Pitbull get freaky during no fight. He doesn't stick his tongue out. Like,
exactly. That means you're frustrated because you can't do nothing no more. So Lamont Roach took all your weapons away from you, and you can't do nothing no more. Lamont Roach hurt his hand. Well, all right, well, I just beat you with this check hook then. Every time you get close, bam. Every time you get close, bam. Are you coming back in again?
Timing with that.
Bam. Right. And it was like Lamont Roach was like, paused in the crowd like, hey, are you running from me, sir? Is this your leader? Is Pitbull running from me? And it just seems like Roach had control of the fight from, I want to say, the 4th round on. To be honest with you, maybe Pitbull scores out another round here or there. I didn't really see it. But then all of a sudden the fight ends and they show the punch stats. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's what I saw. I saw that. I saw one guy landing way more punches and landing them at a higher rate. And the rates were much higher, to be honest with you. Yeah. So I didn't see it as a draw. I saw Roach really winning that fight, man. And I know they were in Texas. So if you're in Texas and you're Mexican.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? If you in Texas and you Mexican, you know what I'm saying? The crowd's gonna go your way, baby. If you just do this, you know what I'm saying? You do you get a drop early in the fight. They feel like you dropped him every time you punched him now for the rest of the fight. Now, shout out to the Mexican fans. Love y'all. I love the emotion and the passion, the fire, the energy that y'all put out for y'all fighters. I love that. I wish all the communities were like that. European, British fighters, y'all are like that too. I love that. It makes it exciting. So that's another reason why I'll be wanting the fights to be somewhere other than, you know, over there in Riyadh. But back to the point. Pitbull, you're Mexican, you was in Texas, and the crowd got quiet on your ass. The crowd got quiet for about 5-6 rounds. And if a Mexican is in Texas fighting and the crowd goes quiet, that means that Mexican ain't doing that good. Okay? So from all factors around, The eye test, me just looking at the fight, I'm like, no, Roach is starting to take control of this fight. Then it's like I'm listening to some of the commentators, like, ooh, like, yeah, Pitbull Cruz, he ain't doing nothing no more. And it's like, okay, let me not listen to the commentators. Let's go back to these punch stats. I'm like, yeah, that's the exact fight I saw. It's like, let me think about the crowd. They were in Texas. Pitbull is Mexican. The crowd got quiet. All the way around, all checks went to Lamont Roach to me.
Yeah.
And that's my take on it. But I love this hat, and I love the Mexican community.
Hat. So just going off what you said, when Pitbull was doing the little, I'm going to show you I can box thing, where he was kind of going reverse of his strategy when he was trying.
Shout out BB. I see you out there, BB.
Yeah, BB and 3-Bet getting active in the chat. You know how we do. It's a party on Sundays, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, how Pitbull was kind of doing the reverse of what he normally does. I like that. I didn't like how late he pulled it out. I feel like he could have started with that or implemented that earlier, because like when you have an MO and you got people who have tape on you and they seen you get exposed on a high level, they seen you lose to El Rayo, they seen Tank outbox you with one hand, they can build a game plan about what they think you're going to do. So if you come out doing something, not even like intending to do it all night, but if you come out intending, like showing that you're going to do something different, it can just throw a monkey wrench in the plans. Like Lamont Roach, this whole time, he's like, yeah, Pitbull aggressive. He's relentless. I know what he's going to do. He's going to come forward. I'm ready. He going to want me to stand there and fight with him, but I'm not going to do that. If you come in and what if Pitbull did that for like a minute and the crowd started booing? Imagine how Lamont would be mentally. Like that pressure starts to get to you of, oh, I want to be interested. I don't want them booing me on that. I don't want that kind of fight. And then you can get them to come into the range of your short hooks and try to get some stuff going like that, instead of just being predictable, the same old fighter, come forward all night, and then my opponent's just going to be the matador.
Right.
So I kind of wish that Pitbull threw in a little more wrinkles earlier to try to counter Lamont's game plan. Also about what you said about the point deducted, I didn't really like the point deduction.
Okay.
I didn't like the point deduction, especially when you look at the end result. Now we got a draw. You know, I would have been fine with either of them being announced the winner. I think Lamont won, but I'm not really a guy who decides who wins based off of CompuBox. Like if I got to go to CompuBox, I just don't do that. Like, I ain't no professional judge either, but I just go off a feel. I'm watching. I don't go off a CompuBox. Felt like Pitbull had the momentum early, and then Lamont got control late. You know, as the fight went on, and Pitbull kind of wore down and ran out of ideas to get his offense going. I feel like the ref was a little too involved. Part of it is because they kept clinching, but I felt, a great referee is invisible. Like you're technically in there, but I don't want to feel you being a part of the fight. I could really feel the ref being involved, and it felt like he was on Lamont's side, because from like round one, he was issuing warnings to Pitbull. He's like, "Hey, don't headbutt, don't jump. Oh, don't do you're hitting low." Like, and those are rules in boxing. You're not supposed to headbutt. You're not supposed to hit below the belt. But Pitbull's like 4'11". He has to throw over his head to hit somebody in the face. His punch is gonna come out a little low, especially if Lamont like really getting out the way as he should be. I felt like the one he called a low blow, it was like borderline. I personally didn't like it. If y'all disagree, let me know. But I just felt like the ref was real visible all night. And I don't know. I was just a little hurt and disappointed by this fight. It got a little boring to me. It just didn't deliver how I thought it would,
I hear you. And I see you over at 3-Bay. She had Roach winning as well. Said I had Roach winning as well. Pitbull was bothered by Roach for sure. Yep. BB was like, yeah, he even asked Pitbull, "Are you running from me?" during the middle of the fight. Right. And back to what you were saying with the ref and all of that. Yeah, it did seem like he was a little bit more for Roach side, but some of the things he would call, like when Pitbull was trying to jump, Pitbull is known for doing that,
He
trying to
known for
get
doing
you,
that.
he trying to bump his shoulder into your chin and all of that. Pitbull's known for that. And so I'm pretty sure someone from Roach Corner was like, hey man, watch out for this dude jumping up in the clinch and all that. And speaking of the clinches, they were initiated by Pitbull most of the times. And so that's another thing that kept showing me that Pitbull is losing this fight. The shorter guy needs to be doing work when they get inside, not trying to hug. This is your opportunity to do your work. You're the shorter guy. You got the shorter arms.
I
He
felt
was
like that's where he
initiating a
should
lot
have
of the
had the
clinches.
advantage on the inside.
Right, but he didn't, and he knew that, and then he started clinching. So he'll throw 1 or 2 bombs, then clinch. 1 or 2 bombs, then clinch. That turned the fight down a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can see Pitbull trying to figure something out. And now he's going to play with the crowd because he knows he got the Texas crowd going and all of that. So I just saw a losing effort from Pitbull, to be honest with you. I didn't even see it as close as everyone else is seeing it, to be honest with you. And like I say, every facet, Pitbull's behavior, clinching a lot when he get in close, trying to do jumping up to get his shoulder to hit Lamont Roach's chin in the clinch, the horrible boxing tactics he tried later on in the fight, and just trying to get the crowd gassed up every time, just trying to gas the crowd up every time. You're losing, Pitbull, because that's completely out of your character. Completely out. You're the buzzsaw. You're all about business. Pitbull ain't never doing that kind of stuff, man. And to see Lamont just walking him down and doing this thing was like, yeah, Roach won that fight. I didn't see anything close. I would even go as far as to say it was a robbery.
Can you have a robbery? Can you have a robbery in a close fight?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see it as that close. So me personally, I didn't see it as like from round 4, 5 on. It was pretty much all Roach to me, man.
So
Once
you're
Roach
giving
sat down in the
Roach
pocket,
every round past round 4?
No, not every round. I think I gave Pitbull maybe 1 round later after that because he did better than he was doing. So he might not even really run that round, but he was doing better than what he was doing. But if I'm constantly seeing one guy hit another guy way more, that guy's winning. Like if I see Roach landing clean check hooks all times and Pitbull is missing all the time, it's like, well, Roach won that round. Roach won that round.
I would argue against it
Roach
just
won that
because of what a
BB
judge
agreed.
could be looking for. And, you know, because some judges like that aggressor.
So what are they looking for?
I don't think Roach was the aggressor. I think he was kind of trying to be the matador and Olay the bull, and he kept trying to check hook out of there. And he was sharp. He was landing a lot of them, but that was kind of it.
He became the aggressor for at least 4 or 5 rounds.
And
what
do you mean by the aggressor?
Walking Pitbull down, making Pitbull change his style up. Pitbull started running. Lamont stood in the middle of the ring and asked him, "Dude, what is going on?"
Yeah, he stood. Yeah, exactly. He stood in the middle of the ring. He didn't back him into a corner. He wasn't backing Pitbull up and doing work and getting Pitbull to fight off his back foot. It was just like they were at a standstill.
All right,
he wasn't in control. It was a standoff. They were gesturing and posturing, and while Pitbull backed off, Lamont was looking at him like, "Oh, you're not gonna come forward no more."
And I think Roach was in control, and I think that's what made Pitbull back up.
You can think he's in control, but without throwing any punches, that's not enough to.
Well, see, I kept seeing him land punches. That's what I'm saying. I kept seeing Roach land punches on Pitbull, and then Pitbull's like, "Hey, I got to retreat."
But like what you're talking about, like when they had that little awkward standoff. No, zoom back out. No, you zooming in, zoom out. But when they had that awkward standoff, Roach wasn't doing nothing. Even I heard Roach's dad be like, "Man, what are you doing all that showboating? Man, follow the game plan. What are you doing?" And so just being devil's advocate, making a case for Pitbull. Pitbull was the one who was coming forward. And some judges don't like that. You just backing up, defense, land a shot, you know? So I can see it for Pitbull. I can't. I don't think there was enough to say robbery. It was too close. I felt like either fighter could have pulled away. They could have did more to pull away.
Yeah,
it was a close fight. You know, it was a close fight. And I ain't talking CompuBox, because if you go CompuBox, then yeah, okay, Roach won. If you're looking at this, yeah, okay.
CompuBox just proved what I saw during the fight. I just saw one guy landing way more punches than the other guy. I saw one guy missing a lot. I mean, and when I saw the punch stats, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I saw. Yep. One person landed at 41% clip, another person landed at 29% clip. One opponent got out of his game plan and had to go to doing tactics and running around the ring. I'm like, Roach won that fight. I didn't see Roach like backing up like a Shakur or a Devin or nothing like that. He stood in the pocket like, all right, man, let's go then. And then that's when Pitbull left the phone booth. Pitbull left the phone booth, not Roach.
He didn't leave the phone booth on that knockdown.
Well, he cartwheeled out of the phone booth and then got right back in.
So somebody touched the canvas.
Right. But yes, I mean, that's just how I saw it. And the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, wow. Okay.
Look, I think I got a scorecard. Let's see. Can I zoom in on this? Let me see if I can make it full screen.
And being the aggressor and missing that much, I mean, poor judges, horrible judges. You can't just be the aggressor and be missing a lot like that. 29%. Yeah. 29% clip.
But you know, if they can't always see exactly what's landing, how clean it's landing and stuff like that. And so if they just see you're getting backed up, constantly getting backed up, even if he's not landing super clean, I could see them giving those rounds to Pitbull. They
are ringside. and all of them have 3 different views. They should be able to see when someone's getting hit.
Well, out of the 3 judges, none of them saw Lamont winning.
Right.
So none of them saw that.
Correct.
So I love it in theory. But none of them saw that. And even on the round that Pitbull got a point deducted, they gave him 9 points. Because he hurt Lamont in that round. So that's what, like, Lamont didn't pull away crazy. You could give it to either fighter. But the only fighter they had winning was Pitbull.
It was set up for Pitbull to become the next Canelo for Mexico. They had to fight in Texas. And that's when the politics get in. I was saving that for when that came up. He was selling his part of the fight as, I'm about to be the next Mexican superstar. We having this fight against Roach in Texas. The crowd got quiet. I mean, the judges were, I'm pretty sure, was pulling for, I mean, Pitbull is more marketable right now. So I'm pretty sure the cards were kind of set up for Pitbull to win that fight. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I think for Roach to get a draw in Texas against Pitbull also says something.
What does it say?
Just saying. It says Roach won the fight to me. That's what it says.
Okay.
Crowd got quiet. And when I see Pitbull resorting to, like, ain't never seen Pitbull act like that. Never.
What, with the tongue out?
I mean, all of it. Trying to dance around, trying to box, and trying to figure something out. Clinching like that the whole time when he get in close. It's like he had the first 3 to 4 rounds were his best rounds. And then after that, he was fishing for ideas. Hopefully this haymaker land.
3 to 4 rounds were his best rounds. The first couple rounds were his best rounds.
And then after that, Roach pretty much had control of the fight. It's a 12-round fight. So we got 8 more rounds. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was close. It was close.
Pitbull threw a lot, but he missed a lot.
He did miss a lot. And Roach was looking sharp. He had good defense. He had to answer a lot of time. That check hook was landing a lot.
I agree with 3B on that one.
Yeah.
Roach still wins. I mean, and especially like I say, I didn't see the punch stats until after the fight. And so me watching the fight, I was like, nah, Roach landing. Roach landing on him at will. Bam, there another one. Bam, there another one. Bam, there another one. Oh, look at Cruz, he missing. Woof, 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 woof. Bam, he took another check hook.
Mm-hmm.
It was parliamentary.
I think another thing is optically, it didn't really look like Cruz was hurt.
No, he wasn't. I don't think he was ever hurt. He got stunned 1 or 2 times. So 1 or 2 times they showed a slow-mo and they're like, boom, you saw him like stunned for like a quick second, but then that big ass pit bull neck, it got some kind of, you know, powers in his neck and it just regenerated his brain right back in. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's Pitbull's neck right there. Exactly. It's like he always doing this to get his neck big. And like, goodness gracious alive, boy. So yeah. And based on the last show we was talking about who had the better chin, yeah, it showed up. Chin, yeah. Pitbull's neck. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's the neck for sure. Right.
Yeah, man. So it's interesting to see where they'll go next. I don't really like either of them at 140, to be honest. If Pitbull can make 135, I'd send him back down to 135.
I like both of them at 140. Because I think both of them are 2 of the tops of 140. Who else is in 140?
You talking about 140 pounds?
Yeah, 140 pounds. Yeah.
I don't see it.
Who else do you like better at 140?
Lamont Roach hasn't won a fight over 130 pounds.
True. First but what fighters at 140 do you like over Pitbull and Roach?
El Ryan. He beat Pitbull.
He beat Pitbull. Yeah, he beat Pitbull.
And I think he beat Roach too. Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn ain't fought at 140 yet.
Okay. I like him better than those two.
No, I like that too.
I like Richardson Hitchens. I think Richardson Hitchens would have made that look easy.
Good job, Juice.
Okay. All right.
Good job, Juice. I gave you a little class work, and you went on ahead and did the class work, and you submitted it in, and you got 100 on your paper, sir.
Thank you. And then I think who else?
I think Roach and El Rayo would be better, but I think El Rayo beats Pitbull every time.
Yeah, and then look, we can keep going. Do they want to see Matias?
Once again, like I think Roach can see any of them, but Pitbull can't. Roach has a way of taking your power, your best weapon away from you, and then we just gonna fight with our hands.
I would like to see him do that to Matias.
I would too.
Cause that
I would too. Cause Matias gets a little one-dimensional to me. To be honest with you, he gets a little one-dimensional.
I think he's a more crafty kind of Pitbull style.
And all his shots are big shots. I think Roach will find some cracks in between that.
That's a lot of big shots though, cause Roach didn't really show he got 140 power. Like, where did he show he had 140 power? By
backing Pitbull up, by getting Pitbull to go leave the phone booth. No, not Pitbull's hurt. I'm just saying, but it hit him hard enough. Like when Mayweather was fighting, he wasn't a knockout artist after his hands got broken. He turned into Money Mayweather, but he would still hit you clean enough and hard enough to where you wouldn't throw no punches. Like you would just lower. He would lower everyone's punch count. Their average punch count per round that they would do in other fights, it would drop dramatically against Floyd. So it's not like he was knocking him out, but he was hitting him hard enough to make them be like, hey, I ain't just going to run in on him like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Roach got enough power for that. And he's clever enough to take your weapon away. So if you got a big clubbing hammer, he'll find a way to take that hammer away. Okay, now we both got a slap box now. Now what?
Well, Lamont took your weapon away, and then his gun broke because he broke his hand. So
he did break his hand. So, but he had another one, and he
got to break his weapon to break your weapon.
And so
that usually
with that though, he used his other weapon.
It's a lot easier when you go down in weight because that may just mean them boys too big for you.
And he ain't the first person to break his hand on
You're
Pitbull's
right.
head.
You're right. Because
I credit that to Pitbull's
yeah.
head. Right.
Yeah, he's got
credit to Pitbull's head and neck.
titanium
You know what
head.
I mean? Right.
It's like punching a fire hydrant.
Right. And so for me, that's the second fighter I saw beat Pitbull with one hand. So you hurt your hand in the middle of that fight, and Pitbull still can't get you out of there?
Nah.
Your hand is broke. Pitbull, you only throwing left check hooks, and Pitbull is like, I can't do nothing with it.
I thought Pitbull could have. I bet on Pitbull to win by knockout. You know, that wasn't my prediction, but that was my bet. So I was a little disappointed. I'm like, dang, you're not gonna go for it? What you doing, sir? You got time to go for it.
Every time he went for it, he got hit by a check hook, and it didn't feel comfortable.
No, it was clean. It was clean.
That punch didn't feel comfortable when it landed.
And I'm guys, I'm not saying I don't see a case where LAMONT ROACH wins. I'm just making a case for Pitbull. I would be fine if they said LAMONT ROACH won. Cool. Like it was a close fight. I'm cool with any of the three possibilities: draw, Pitbull win, Roach win. You know, because it's about what you're seeing and what you like and stuff like that. So I definitely agree that there's a case LAMONT ROACH won for sure. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with both these fighters next.
Yes,
I'm gonna show a little love to the undercard real quick.
Roach just keep drawing. Well, let me see that draw picket, man. That Roach.
The draw tour, man.
So Roach just keeps drawing. He keeps getting draws, man. So it's like going ahead and they said, so what you gonna do after this fight? He said, back to the drawing board.
Oh no. Back to the drawing board.
He actually said that. Like, so what you gonna do next?
Oh,
because he was like, I don't know what else I gotta do. He said, I'm fighting against the fighter and I'm fighting against the refs. I don't know what else I can do, man. He said, well, what you gonna do now? He said, back to the drawing board.
Oh no.
Right. So call him Lamont Picture Pages Roach. You know what I'm saying?
The artiste.
Right. He over there painting pretty happy trees like Bob Ross.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I just had to see that draw picture again real quick just because he mentioned going back to the drawing board.
It's all good, man. Man, but that undercard though, let's check in on some of these undercard fights because OSHAQUIE Foster. Oh, you good, Almighty? You
just thinking
Almighty, wake up. Almighty, hey. Almighty, hey. Almighty! You gotta wake up. We gotta talk about the fight. We gotta talk about the undercard. You telling me the undercard isn't keeping you awake? Is the undercard putting you to sleep? It's the hey.
Start snoring hard. Hey, damn, boy, you need a CPAP machine? Hell no, you, boy. And them fights are so boring.
That undercard, man. I've never seen such a dominant fight be so boring.
Boring.
Like, oh, Shocky, you did your thing, brother. Like, school Stephen Fulton for 12 rounds. I don't know what happened with Stephen Fulton, but oh, Shocky schooled him.
You know what happened to Stephen Fulton? He went up in weight and missed weight. And where is he from?
Philly.
Yep. Yep.
He must have been eating them cheesesteaks, man.
Eating way too many of them cheesesteaks, man. And he didn't have no fire, no energy. He was too full and comfortable on Philly cheesesteaks. You know what I'm saying? How you go up in weight and miss weight? You know
That's crazy.
That's a perfect graphic, Juice. I mean, shout out to Juice for that graphic.
You know, we're going to have some fun, man.
You know what I'm saying? Perfect graphic, man.
Yeah. And it feels like this fight was kind of cursed because it was originally supposed to be on the Fundora Thurman undercard and got pushed back. So, you know, they had to do their whole, I don't know if they had to do their whole camp again, but definitely had to go through that weight cutting process again. I know Stephen Fulton was having problems sticking around for Inoue. He stayed at that weight class too long, then moved up. Now moving up again. Seems like something went on in the camp where he just had trouble making the weight again, or didn't want to, or didn't stay as locked in for as long. I don't know exactly what it was, but something was off. Something was off during the fight. It seemed like Fulton was a step behind, day late, dollar short kind of thing. He couldn't figure out how to get past the jab, close the distance. Just two different. It looked like two different levels. Yeah, BB, I agree. It was like not worth talking about. Like we gotta, we're a boxing show, so we gotta touch on it. But
we actually mentioned that before we started the show this morning. We was prepping, like, is that fight even worth talking about?
Yeah, like what's there to say? What are we gonna talk? Like, yeah, it was a schooling. It was a beatdown.
Right,
a beatdown with no significant highlight to show. So it was just like.
No,
because OSHAQUE, he's a defensive fighter by nature, and it's hard to look good when you fight him. It's hard to look good against him, and so sometimes he can create kind of like a dud. And this was like the most interesting, entertaining I've seen him in a while, and it just sucks because it's like Stephen Fulton kind of just pooped the bed a little bit. He just looked like a deer in the headlights. Couldn't figure out a way past the jab. Just outclassed. What was supposed to be a fun 50-50 fight. Lot of ish talking beforehand. Supposed to be for a belt. Stephen Fulton didn't make the weight. Then they tried to throw, it's the winner will get an interim 135 title. It's like WBC. We just had the thing with Crawford where you stripped him for not paying $300,000. Now Stephen Fulton missed weight and he gets rewarded with an interim title shot. WBC, what's going on? And then I seen somebody ask Mauricio Suleiman on Twitter, like, hey, what's up with this situation? Like, how does Fulton get rewarded? And he was like, I would explain it if you ask correctly.
Why go into little beast mode? Like, oh my gosh. Like, don't be
because you don't have a real answer.
Exactly.
Or the real answer will make you look bad, so you pretend like you don't have an answer.
Damn right. Because
it's all about the money.
They just pimps. That's all. They just pimps. That's all that is. So he didn't want to sound like he had on some gator shoes with a purple suit. You know what I'm saying? But and you know what? Did OSHAQUE call out Shakur?
Yeah, because they've been going back and forth for a while.
Can you imagine that fight?
Almighty, you good? You good? Almighty. Hey, Almighty. Almighty.
Oh, Shakur and OSHAQUE on? Ain't no hardcore snore.
Time to wake up.
How folks snore that hard and don't wake themselves up?
Oh, they be waking themselves up. They be waking themselves up.
They do that. Like, man, my throat aggravated just like that, man.
Nah, there's a whole condition for it. It's called sleep apnea.
Man, they be going through it too. Right. And right back into it, just like that.
Right back into it.
Yeah. So I don't want to see. So long story short, long nap short. I don't want to see OSHAQUE versus Shakur. Shakur versus OSHAQUE. Not at all. Not at all. That was boring.
Yeah, and I mean OSHAQUE, you did what you had to do. Fulton just, I don't know. He wasn't ready.
191 landed punches to 56.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You throw 430 punches, you land 56?
That's crazy.
And
13%.
And not only did Fulton get dominated, but he looked defeated. Like at the end of each round, he looked kind of relieved the round was over. and kind of ready to go home. Like I'm sure the reason will come out, but he wasn't right. He wasn't right. There's no way he was right.
I had another couple of cheesesteaks in the locker room he wanted to get back to.
Yeah. Something was off, because we seen Fulton deliver, and for that to be the last fight before the Pitbull and Roach.
Right.
Like this
He
card,
said that fight would make the whole arena leave at walk-in. And walk in and just about face.
the whole card was kind of, I don't know, man. First, Janabek testing positive for PEDs messed up that Lara fight, because Lara's kind of, he fights defensively and uses a lot of footwork and stuff too. Even at the end of his fight, he got that knockdown in the 12th just to show, like, hey, I'm winning, guys. But I ain't about to get caught and get my belt away at 42 years old. No.
I was about to say he's extra long in the tooth.
Yeah.
So, his teeth touching his nipples.
just cause Janabek ain't make it, that don't mean I gotta make up for it by no, I ain't getting caught by nobody slugging. So then to move Foster Fulton to the co-main and then have it be a snooze fest, that was bad. That was bad. OSHAQUIE, you did your thing, but I don't remember any sequence in that fight. I just remember domination. I remember my eyelids getting a little heavy, and Fulton just looking like a deer in the headlights. It was like when you, it was like, you know, and Fulton is a top level guy. He, you know, champion. I don't want to disrespect him, but it's kind of like when you first start learning boxing and you learn like your punches and your stance. And then it's time, like, okay, now y'all mix it up for like a minute or 2 minutes. And then it's time to put it together. And then you realize that hitting a moving target who's punching you is a lot harder than just hitting the bag or the mitts. That's kind of what Fulton looked like in there. It was like, okay, now that we in here, I can't get anything going.
That makes sense. And that's not the typical cool boy stuff I'm accustomed to.
Right.
Like that Figueroa fight. He was putting them together.
Which one?
Brandon Figueroa?
No, the first one or the second one?
Oh, both. To be honest with you, both. That first one was just pure nightmare for both parties. Like, they were just mean. I mean, the whole fight was just back and forth non-stop. That was the fight I didn't care who won or lost. That fight there. And so I thought, you know, he had the grit, the moxie, also had the Philadelphia boxing tutelage from being a youth all the way up to being an adult. So I was like, yeah, Fulton might be able to pull this off. But he looked exactly how you just said. Like, you taught him how to punch on the heavy bag, and then you put him in there to spar with somebody, and he didn't know when to throw a punch.
Right.
He didn't know how to move his head. Like, oh, heck of a jab. Damn, that jab hit me in the head just like that. Damn, hit me again. What's wrong with you? Let me put my hands up. All right, now still there. Damn, okay. What if I slip to this side? Got hit over there too. Damn. He didn't know what to do. Nothing. At all.
Man, it's tough, man. It's tough, you know. Moving up in weight. Jeez. Yeah, not what I was expecting from Fulton.
Oh, you know what? Real quick, I just did this. And you see how crispy them parts are? Them parts crispy in there. Shout out, BB. Shout out, Beezy. You know what I'm saying? Making them parts crispy. We see you over there. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That faded over there, boy. We faded in. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
and
now.
Like I say, the headphones done already messed it up a little bit. And I had on the Mexican hat already. And them things still crispy over there. Boy, look. Okay, my bad. Had to start it out at y'all real quick. Because I saw it. I did this and I was like, oh. Okay. I see you, player. All right, my bad. All right.
Nah, you good. You good.
Shout out.
Yeah. But one fight that was entertaining that wasn't on the pay-per-view portion was Frank Martin and Rances Barthelemy. Ended up in a big knockout by Frank Martin. Frank Martin was returning to the ring in his first fight after switching trainers from Derek James to Buddy McGirt and returning from getting knocked out by Gervonta Tank Davis about, a year and a half ago. So new weight class for Frank. He's fighting at 140 pounds, and he looked good.
Great.
Almighty, what'd you think about the performance?
I thought his performance was great. Some of his defensive moves resorted back to when I saw him fight Tank, where it's like he'll be in the pocket, he'll throw something, and then if something comes back, he just kind of did this, and all this was open. And he got hit again a few times like that. But besides that, I love the movement in the pocket. He was able to get in there, throw a shot, rotate out of the pocket, throw another shot, bam. Get in the pocket again, rotate the other direction, and instead of throwing a shot, step all the way out. Foot feints, head feints to get in. Because, like I said, he's fighting a taller fighter. So he had to do foot feints to get in, some jab feints too. And he kept stepping to the right, to the outside of the lead foot of Barthélemy. And so it gave the southpaw in Frank Martin an angle advantage. So if you have a conventional fighter fighting a southpaw, your jab hands are damn near touching each other. So the angle is try to get your foot to the outside of the other person, like your lead feet are touching. A lot of times you see those two fighters fight, conventional and a southpaw, they're stepping on each other's lead toes because they're angled like that. So if you step to the outside, then you have a nice rear straight shot to your opponent. And it seems like Frank Martin understood that quicker than Barthélemy. If Barthélemy ever even caught on to it. Now you think he would, since he was such a wily old veteran. I've seen Barthélemy fight for years. But he never caught on to it and just kept getting cracked over there. And then at the very end, you saw Frank pull that lead guard down. The jab hand of Barthélemy, it was his lead guard. Pulled it down, then threw a jab off of it, and then came with that bam, that straight hand over there, and lit him up. And next thing you know, when you see a fighter get hit in the face and then they crumble this way, like they fall like that, hit the mat, and then all that momentum slings them back, it's like, bumba clot. Like, what happened to you? Goodness, you got hit in the face and your crumple zones went this way.
Crumple zones.
And as soon as you hit the mat, the rest of the energy coming here flung your ass back. I was like, wow, that's an applicant. Frank was like, all right, I'm going to sign this application. I'm going to submit this application for knockout of the year. Okay, let's have that application in there. So that application was submitted. We got you in there, Frank Martin. Your application will be reviewed, and we'll thoroughly look over it and to see where you place for knockout of the year. Okay. Yep. But that was the most exciting fight of the night, to be honest with you.
And it was on the free portion of the pay-per-view.
Right. I was watching that part on YouTube.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that was...
Shout out Frank Martin. Shout out Errol Spence, because Errol Spence Promotions.
Another candidate at 140.
Frank Martin. You think Frank Martin beats Roach?
Yep.
You think Frank Martin beats Pitbull?
Yep.
I don't.
Actually, I'd like to see both. I'm not going take a dump on Pitbull and Roach like that. I'd like to see either matchup.
I think it'd be a good fight for both of them. I think Lamont Roach will outboxing. Pitbull might buzz on him.
I think that Lamont Roach he does better against those boxer sharpshooter types. I like how he matched up with Tank. I think that's the perfect kind of dance partner for him, where you can just get his IQ off, and it's more of a chess match. I don't know that at least at that weight, I don't know if he really got the oomph to keep somebody who's relentless off of them all fight. I think that would be a good matchup, him and Frank.
You say you don't think Frank has the oomph to keep?
No, Roach.
Oh, I just saw it. Against Pitbull. He kept Pitbull off of him. He made Pitbull do something else. I don't know nobody else in 140 more aggressive than Pitbull.
I ain't seen Roach win no fight above 130. I just haven't seen it.
That's because he keeps drawing. He keep coloring. You haven't seen him lose either.
True. True. But I've seen Frank win every fight he's had at 140.
And in Roach's defense, I say he won this fight. Technically, on this record, it was a draw, yeah. But then also against Tank, most people think he won against Tank too.
So I mean, hey, 3-division champion, Lamont Roach, guys. He's a champion at 135, and he just conquered his next division at 140. Put him on pound for pound. Shoot, we just rounding up. Let's just round him up then. Let's
round him up. All right, you had 0.5.
Yeah, he knocked out Tank.
If you got at least 0.5, then that's a win.
Yeah, he sent Pitbull Cruz into retirement. He put him against Crawford.
Let's say I'm not sure Roach really looked good. Pitbull not even in the running anymore in my book. Oh, I hear that. Yeah, Roach got respect now.
Roach.
He got respect. I mean, you keep Pitbull off, you make Pitbull do something completely different.
No, he got respect. But
and you had a draw against Tank.
I don't think Roach is happy with the result.
No, he's not.
And I don't
like he won.
I don't think that I don't know that Roach's corner is even that happy with how he did.
I think they were happy. They were jumping up for joy at the end of the fight. Like, yeah, we did it. He was even like Roach's dad was like this when Pitbull came up. He's like, yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, we won. Like,
yeah, but he was excited at the face-off.
Yeah, but after the fight, you can see that genuine. We did it. We won. So nobody can just say we only can match up good against Tank because we grew up with him. No, we went up against Pitbull and we outboxed him too. I'm just saying, one dude just landed way more punches than the other guy. One dude missed a lot. One dude clinched. The short guy clinched a lot. The aggressive guy ended up skating. He got on his bicycle and started skating. And he started playing to the crowd. He started trying to do illegal tactics. He was trying anything he could. And like, that's a victory to me. For Roach.
And then the judges, none of them agree with that opinion. Right. So
they was in Texas for a Mexican. And the Mexican was
supposed
to become a new Canelo. You know they're looking for a new Canelo.
None of them had Roach winning.
You know they're looking for a new Canelo.
Yeah. You know, I agree, but
because money
none of them had Roach winning.
Money talks.
I agree.
Yeah. None of them had Roach winning, but then it's like, hey, I'm just saying the eye test. I'm seeing one guy hit the other guy way more than the other guys hitting him. One guy's missing a lot. One guy had to change his whole style up. One guy had to had to play with the crowd to try to switch something up. I mean, just saying. Man.
They both played with the crowd.
It's true, but Pitbull knew that was his crowd. Pitbull knew I could do anything, and I'm gonna get them like, ah! Ah! Pitbull did that, ah! If Lamont did the same thing, it would have been boo. If Lamont had got on his bicycle and started doing what Pitbull did, it would have been boo. Oh, he a runner. He doing this. Let Pitbull do it.
Yeah, I bet he would have got a scorecard. I bet he would have been up on a scorecard if he did that.
Possibly. But and credit Roach. He's like, no, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna beat you your style. I'm gonna beat you man style.
And he didn't.
We're gonna go toe to toe.
And he didn't.
He did.
No.
He did. Just the judges got paid to do their job. Yeah. And their job was not to score a fair fight.
Hey, you know. But I mean, Lamont, he got a belt at 135, so he should be able to maneuver off that.
I mean,
when he knocked out Tank.
The Mexican star in Texas is going to get. It'll be different if Pitbull was fighting someone else from Texas. Like, if it was an Errol Spence or something like that, where Errol got a lot of Texas fans too. But no, it was Lamont Roach from Washington, D.C., who most people didn't even know until he fought Tank. No, they were biased for Pitbull. And for Pitbull to make the statement, yeah, I'm about to be the new Mexican superstar. Oh, okay, yeah, I see how y'all setting all this up. I see how y'all setting this up.
I actually would argue that they were lobbying for a Tank rematch with either of them, as opposed to favoring Pitbull.
But the bigger money rematch is going to be who? Pitbull, hands down. Pitbull Tank rematch is going to be way bigger than the Roach Tank rematch because of the Mexican community. Period, point blank. Mexican community versus Washington, D.C.
For Tank?
Against Tank?
That's a dream.
That's what I'm saying. The Mexican community against Tank. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying
a bigger fight than
DMV
Roach
area,
Tank.
like DC, Baltimore. That's an easy sell.
It's an easy
That's an
sell.
easy sell.
But how many pay-per-views you gonna sell? You see what I'm saying?
What are we really arguing?
If we're looking for the better candidate to fight Tank rematch, you make more money with Pitbull or Tank for a rematch than Roach Tank.
I wasn't arguing who's the better candidate. I'm saying that they were trying to hype up. They want to get Tank a fight, period. So like they don't want either stock to drop too much. So then they're like, they just want to make they want them both to look good. So then they can get Tank in another pay-per-view because they need him in the pay-per-views. That's my argument.
Why was the fight in Texas?
I can't tell you.
Because they had PITBULL CRUZ and they knew the Mexicans gonna come out. This was a Pitbull fight. It was Cruz Roach was on the card, not Roach Cruz. It was Cruz Roach. Cruz was the A side. Let's have this fight where you gonna have your fans. We're trying to create the next Mexican superstar. Yeah, so all the cards were for Cruz, and so for it to be a draw, hey. Like when Tank fought Roach, all the cards were for Tank. And then it ended up being a draw. Oh yeah, Roach, you did your thing. You did your thing. That's just how it is, man.
Same thing 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Didn't do enough to pull ahead.
What BB say? The ref, no, Pitbull got low. Oh, okay, you put it up there. The ref, no, Pitbull got low a lot, and so he warned him, and Pitbull continued to hit low. He did hit low a few times. I saw it slow-mo a few times. I'm like, oh, yeah, that was low.
Yeah.
That was low, too.
Yeah, he was on the belt line a lot.
So, resorting to a whole bunch of dirty tactics, constantly clinching. But, you know, I don't repeat it again and again, but that's how I saw it.
Yeah. But Frank looked good.
That's been an hour already?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about that
okay.
Pitbull Roach. But Frank looked good with Buddy McGirt. I'm excited to see what happens. It looks like he's feeling in good spirits now that he kind of got over that knockout loss and the hype from that died down. So he said he wants Richardson Hitchens next, which could be interesting. I feel like that's a tough next fight at 140.
Yeah, I definitely have Hitchison the top 140 fighter. And when you said that, I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
Hitchison.
And there's some other guys who are interesting out there too, because you still got Alberto Puello and Sandor Martin and those kind of guys who ain't necessarily an easy fight, even though they're not like the most exciting name to build under, but still ain't no scrubs. What's that?
If I say Richardson Hitchens, I say it right every time. But if I leave his first name off, I end up saying Hitchison.
I like Hitchison as a nickname.
Yeah, I do too, because it plays off his first name too.
Yeah.
Richardson Hitchens. I want to get your name right, man, because when I met you, you were cool with me. When I met you with AB, was at Ross House and all that, he was cool. He was real young then, but he was around, but he was cool. So shout out to you, Hitchens. I want to make sure I get your name right, buddy.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
especially being a man at 140, you get your name right. So.
Shout out to you, Frank. Shout out to you. I'm glad everything's working with your new trainer, Buddy McGirt. Seemed like Derek James just had an exodus. He had a lot of fighters just kind of leave all at once. There's clearly something that Derek James don't feel like doing, or he's looking for a certain type of client now.
He's only training Alicia Baumgartner right now, correct?
Yeah, he was training Ryan, but Ryan is
his dad. He went back.
Ryan is a wild card.
Yeah,
Ryan is
No
a
one
wild
is
card.
ever training Ryan.
Yeah, not one person. So we'll see what happens next with Frank. Real quick, I just want to touch on some of
Beezy said, I lost respect for the Chihuahua last night.
that.
You went from a pit bull to a Chihuahua. I like it. All right, my bad. What were you about to say?
No, you good. I just want to touch on UFC 323 last night.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick. Had some interesting stuff happen. PEYTR YAN beat MERAB DVALISHVILI in the main event. Look at MERAB before and after the fight.
Life.
This is their second time fighting, but Yan was able to neutralize MERAB. I think he limited him to like 2 or 3 takedowns total. When MERAB is known for getting double-digit takedowns in a fight. So shout out to you, PEYTR. Also had Joshua Van pull off the crazy upset over Pantoja. Within like the first like 20 seconds, Pantoja dislocates his shoulder and the fight is stopped. So, very anticlimactic, but got the underdog a big win in that one. So shout out to you, Joshua Van. I really like Joshua Van because he has a boxer style. So he got crazy hands and is super entertaining. So I'm excited to see what happens with him next. Dana White was talking about how he's probably not fighting Pantoja next because Pantoja needs time to heal. So he'll probably do a fan-friendly title defense next. And Henry Cejudo, he said he thinks it's going to be his last fight. He retired in the ring or in the octagon. And it was kind of awkward because Dana White came over and talked to him, and Henry was kind of lobbying like for fight of the night bonus. They get $50,000 for a fight of the night bonus. And then Dana was like, how about I just give you $50,000 anyway? And it's like, it's dope feel good moment. And then you realize like, wait, $50,000? How much, Dana? How much you making tonight?
Right, exactly.
This
UFC
is the last.
Don't get paid that much at all.
Yeah,
man. That's crazy.
Yeah, the fighters anyway. And so for Henry Cejudo to hang up the gloves in the ring, and then it's like, you get $50,000 tip.
Right.
And the event was on pay-per-view.
What $50,000 get you now? Like a fully loaded Hundo card or? No,
definitely
$40,000. So $50,000, you might be able to get like a, maybe a Lexus Avalon or something, Toyota Avalon.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the whole moral of the story is $50,000 for putting your life on the line like that. I mean, plus you fight first, I get it, but I'm just saying it seems underwhelming to do all that for all these fans and someone try to give you $50,000.
And he fought Frank Ocean's boyfriend and lost. Peyton Talbot. Yeah, it's Frank Ocean's boyfriend. All jokes to the side.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. So he got beat. They did the little Max Holloway point to the center of the ring, like, we gonna end the fight with action. And he ended up getting kneed in the bottom of his chin.
God.
I'll try to pull up a little aftermath picture. Yeah. Hey man, but when it's your time to retire.
That was Frank Ocean's boyfriend.
Yep. And he good too. This Henry Cejudo after the fight. So this how he looking when he begging Dana White for the $50K bonus. It's like, you need more than $50K. You need more than $50K for that one.
Right. Exactly. Look at his face, man. Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Can I at least get a BMW? Can I get a Mercedes? Can I get something? I'm putting my life on the line like that. Like that? Nah, man. I need $250,000. Give me a Rolls Royce like Conor Ben got from.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was a side bet. You know what I mean? That was a side bet, and they got a Rolls Royce. Yeah. This right here is official tissue, and this man gets a Jeep Wrangler. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. I mean, shout out to the Jeeps out there. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a huge community of Jeeps, and I mess with y'all. I see y'all little ducks and ornaments in the windows, Jeeps. I see y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, the whole thing about Jeep is not the fact that, we spent so much money, we bought out, we got a Jeep. No, this is a very fun car, and we bought it because it's fun, and we like it. So I feel you on that Jeep. So no.
Yeah,
No
ain't
fighting
nothing wrong
words
with a
over here.
Jeep. Ain't nothing wrong with a
No
Jeep.
fighting. I had a good time when I drove a Jeep. So it wasn't mine, but someone let me drive it and took the doors off the side and all that. And I felt I was on the expressway with the doors off. I felt like the mailman on the expressway or something. Like, God damn. God damn.
It's different driving with the door open. It make you feel
Man,
like
it's
something gonna
different.
fly out.
Yeah. Like your foot just fall like, hey, my foot just out here like in the open. Like, okay, let me put it back in the car. Hell.
I be wanting my
that was a
trash
different
to fly
experience.
out. It never does. It never
That's
does.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. But good
yeah.
good UFC event last night. It seemed like the cards are always entertaining.
Goodness.
And this is the last. Here we go. There's Peyton on the left. That's Frank Ocean on the right. And that was the last pay-per-view because next year they're going to Paramount Plus. So in the pay-per-views in UFC, we got the DAZN Ultimate Pass. Maybe we're in a new era where we don't got to pay every weekend multiple times to watch these events. We can just pay our subscription and move on.
Why Frank trying to seduce the camera? Come on, man.
That's that face
Get
you
out of
make when you
character,
know
Frank.
the pic's gonna go viral, and it's like,
Right.
ah, shoot.
Like, you know you want me. No, we don't, Frank. Let it
Hey.
let the cornroll over there. Cornroll.
Hey, act up if you want to. He gonna do a spinning back kick to put that heel on the side of your temple.
Bam.
You
Just
got something
like
to
that.
say.
Now, I do
And
like
be
his
laughing.
music. I do like his music. He get down with his music. I give him that.
Yeah.
He's very creative on his music. But yeah. But yeah.
So, good night of fighting, man. Good night of fighting. Shoot, that was it's already hour 11 already. Time
Damn,
be
that went by
moving
quick,
fast.
man.
Yeah,
That went by quick. All right. Well,
I didn't know that we were
anything
gonna have
else?
so much to say.
Me neither. Me neither.
Yeah. I didn't think we were gonna make it that long.
Shit. But all right, we did it. We did it. Another show. You know what I'm saying? Another show in the books. I'm your man, ALLMIT. We got Juice God over here. We also got the whole party over here sitting on the party couches. Shout out 3Bay. Shout out Beezy. You know what I'm saying? And everyone else who joined in on the live. Make sure you send it out, share it out so we can make this party even bigger. As y'all see, we like to have fun. And we get to the knit and grit on the boxing, but we like to have fun when we're doing it. So, yeah, come join the party. Send some more people on over here. Tell them to bring a bottle when they come. Don't just come empty-handed. Bring a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Be live
Bring
up.
something.
Bring something.
Or if you don't got a bottle, bring some women or something. Like help with the ratio. You know what I mean?
How about
we'll balance
that?
it out. Yeah, just contribute.
How about
contribute.
that?
If you want to bring some sliders or something, just don't show up empty-handed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't show up empty-handed.
And be prepared to talk some trash, too. You know what I'm saying? Get in the comments, talk some trash. Because it's a party over here. That's what we're doing. We're talking trash. All right. Yeah. Well, once again, I'm your man, ALLMIT. We got Juice God over here as well. We got our whole party crew. And we are signing out. Big dogs eat on the porch.
Where the Chihuahuas eat?
They food is outside in the rain, getting soggy and cold, and that's what the Chihuahuas got to eat. So Pitbull, you done fell off the porch, and you out there eating soggy dog food. Okay, you got to find a way to get back on the porch, where you can eat some crispy, crunchy dog food, fresh, hot out the skillet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.